Welcome to ASYS here at SMT Connect. I'm joined by Jürgen Ries. Nice to see you again, Jürgen.
Nice to see you, yeah.
Yeah. So you're always evolving. You've actually got a birthday to celebrate. Tell us about that.
Well, it's 30 years of anniversary. I'm quite proud and happy to do it. We have it now here in April, and yeah, I mean on the booth, what you will see here is again centered around our mission: automate, digitalize, connect. And since it's 30 years, one thing we want to specially highlight is where are we coming from, you know?
Right.
So we're coming from the conveyor system, and you think about, well, what's so smart on a conveyor system? Actually, I think here we can show it quite nicely how sophisticated and important if you think about an SMT line where you spend 3, 4, 5 million invest if you make a new SMT line, and then the small piece of conveyor, what kind of big contribution it can do in terms of the uptime of a line. And yeah, what we show here is our, let's say, latest technology in terms of a smart, innovative line. And my colleague from the product management, Jürgen Lehner, will give you a quick walkthrough, show you some features, and we show you as well the highlight of our conveyor system. And what's new as well, or upgrade again, our Pulse Pro suite, which is controlling all of these kind of things. We show it live, real, in real use cases, what our customer actually using. But again, it goes back to 30 years of knowledge and coming from this technology.
So you've taken a dumb piece of engineering equipment.
Yeah, it looks simple.
And educated it over the last 30 years.
It looks simple, and now look at it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be certainly an interesting journey. But we'll certainly look forward to joining your colleague Jürgen here, who's going to take us through some of the products on the line.
We show you just some key highlights. We don't bother you too long, but some key highlights we want to show you.
Okay.
So Jürgen, you take it over.
Okay, thanks very much then. Okay, so Jürgen, we're going to start at which parts? We're going to start here with the AIV, or where are we starting?
I guess we can. I can introduce a little bit about the Pulse system, which is meanwhile a really common and popular system to monitor the whole life, the whole production line, where we can have some messages, alerts from machines. As well as we can operate machines, and we can make a product changeover of the complete line just from a mobile operation tablet.
Now the Pulse system comes on a tablet like this, but it also comes in a watch, doesn't it?
Watch, I have it also.
You have it on your hand as well, do you?
Right, exactly, yeah. So I have it also on my arm. You can see it, yeah. So it gives the alarms of machines. It gives warnings, remaining time as well. So that means it gives you exactly the information where the operator has to be next time to keep the line running.
Okay, excellent. So we're starting here. I'm guessing this represents the goods inward area where you have reels coming in.
Yeah, so the goods in area for as well component reels for pick and place machines, as well as for bare boards. Yeah, so the bare boards will be bring with a mobile robot onto the line loader. It's also a special feature on that machine that we can hand over bare boards fully autonomous into the line. So we pick up the boards from a magazine and place them into the line and hand over through the line. So as well for bare boards as well as
so this is a bare board collection area, and that's going to feed in presumably to the printer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take a walk up and have a look at the printer.
Yeah.
So I noticed on the way up here, Jürgen, you had a couple of other machines. You had a laser marker for obviously marking the barcodes or information.
Yes. QR codes.
Yeah. QR codes.
Exactly. So it's the Insignum laser marking machine. It's. Meanwhile, we have the Insignum 3000 laser, which is on the lower level as the Insignum 4000, a little bit lower cycle time, but very cost-efficient machine.
Okay, and then after that, you've got a board cleaner, which is quite important to get all that residues, all these contamination off the board before you start printing it.
Exactly. So cleaning of boards is becoming more and more popular and more important because components are getting smaller. So and the paste. Is getting, let's say the paste parts keeps getting smaller. So and that means little particles gives a big effect on the quality later on the board. That means good cleaning of board is getting important. So therefore we have a cleaning station here in front of the printer. It can be also equipped in addition with a scanning axis. So very often customers are using a scanner before the printer just to make a, let's say to stop the process and check if the machine is equipped with the right equipment.
Okay, okay. And of course, the actual printer we've got here is your rather famous now Serio 6000, which can either be a standalone machine or it can be an automatic system where it loads the stencil. And
of course, yeah. So the
paste.
stencil loader is not mounted here on that machine. It's over there on the separate machine. Here we have, of course, the automatic paste dispenser and also the cassette to exchange the paste during running production. So that means you do not have to stop the machine while changing so these paste tubes.
So how many paste cassettes can you have in here?
It's 12.
12?
Yeah.
Wow.
So so we can exchange it automatically. Also, when you make a product changeover, it takes a new paste and brings the old one back into the cassette, and you can take it over.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the screen can be replaced automatically. So there is a kind of cassette here in front of the printer where you have one stencil prepared for the next product, and the old one goes in, and it picks up the next one and puts it in. So we can see that over there on the other machine.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Let's move on up the line, and the next one we're going to look at, we've got a buffer station here.
Yep.
We've got
a scanning
scanner,
station.
and it's going into an unloader.
Unloader, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So what we are showing here as well is that we are communicating the boards with the Hermes interface.
Yeah.
So that means once we have put the code on the board, we transfer the code information from each board to the next machine. And finally, before we put the board into the magazine, we scan the board again just to double check if it's the right board. Maybe if the operator has removed the board or whatever. So we just double check if it's the correct board. And then let's say we marry the board with the magazine. So that means there is the magazine unloader where we scan the magazine. There is a QR code on the magazine, and we scan the board. So that means then we know, okay, this board comes into this magazine, and we know exactly the slot. So later on, you know exactly the board is in this slot on this magazine.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of information there, and there's a lot of automation got into what you've just described. We can actually see a bit of a breakdown of that on the next station over here, where you've set up a conveyor next to your control system. So let's go over and take a look at that. Okay, so Jürgen, here we are at the Pulse Pro suite up here, which is the brains, the control end of the business. I want to thank you for showing us what you've shown us on the line, but I believe that Jürgen Ries is coming back in to tell us a little bit about the Pulse Pro system. So we've got a conveyor over here.
Yep.
We've got a
Pulse Pro suite.
Pulse Pro suite system. Tell us a little bit about what you're trying to demonstrate here.
Well, the point is, we want to show actually how a small piece of equipment like the conveyor system, you can see what kind of big influence it has, So, because in the end, everything needs to be automated, and it's coming from such kind of equipment.
Yeah.
So what we do is we have a piece of hardware here which is completely remote controlled. So whatever you see physically here, like the touch panel and everything, you see it as well here. Whatever happens there, you can trigger from here, and the other way around. And you can do it all offline capable. Means while the line is running on a product A and you want to set up a new product, you don't have to stop any machine. You can fully remote and offline program it, prepare it, automatically let it change then, and have all this kind of intelligence in, And just the handling system itself, it's operating with a 90.9.5% of guaranteed uptime from us. It's nearly maintenance-free. You can tool-free change the consumables like the tension belts. Yeah. So again, talk about 30 years of knowledge. We put this into a piece of hardware, and meanwhile, with the Pulse Pro suite, we can fully control it. It's in a performance monitoring. Jürgen explained this before on the line as well. Also, the predictive of what's happening. Like we know what's the cycle time of a line. We know when will be a magazine empty, and then what are you doing with this information?
Right.
I can send this information from here to the operator and say, operator, please, in 5 minutes, you have to be here with the new magazine. Or, since we also do offer the material logistics solutions, we can send this information as well to the warehouse and tell the AIV, hey, pick up this magazine, we need it here, and you replace it automatically. And this is where we come from with the intelligence and adding all these features and try to solve the next problem of the customer, more or less. If you look at it, automate, digitalize, connect, this is where we are currently. And you still need a small piece of conveyor for it.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at it in action.
Well, now we are at our Pulse Pro suite. What you see here now currently is actually, that's the real display, the same like what you see on the actual hardware over there. So here
Yes.
you have a full control capability. It shows you the actual status of the machine. Machine is up and running, has a certain kind of information of a running product. And what we want to do here is a live demonstration of a changeover. So we go into a recipe loading here. So we activate it, download it, and it sends the information over to the conveyor system. And there the action happens then in terms of the changing of the product. So it's like a small piece, but if you think about for a complete line, it's just simulated on one
This is
conveyor.
one step,
We
but
do it
Yeah.
integrated on all kind of process machines. We check if the machine is empty. We do it one by one. It means you don't have to empty the line. So there's a lot of smart features in it.
Right.
But again, coming back to it, it's complete remote control capable. It's web-based, so wherever you are, you can use it. And beside of hardware control here, as mentioned, material logistic control and all this kind of stuff, we can do it here.
So how many of these installations that you do, have to be customized? Because a lot of production lines are different.
Yep.
You have to use different sensors to detect different situations.
Well, let's say, since there's a lot of experience from hard and software, most of the thing we can use from our standard. Like you mentioned the sensor, we spent years of experience and R&D in having the right sensors with a very broad angle, which can cover a lot of cutouts, with a lot of smart software to retry if there's any misreading in a sensor. So there went a lot of technology and brain into it to get it where we are. But I would say like with 90% of the standard solutions, from what we know from our customer requirements, we can cover it. Same on a software level, because we work with standard modules. We use open interfacing, so we can integrate everything. For sure we use industry standards, Hermes, CFX, and so on.
Yeah.
But again, if a customer wants to have something customized, we do it. But like Pulse, for the line smart control, we have 3-digit of number of installations in the field. It's standard, It's not customized. It's
standard system. Okay.
So
excellent. So you've got another program here that you're going to run it through.
Well, what we show, that's the remote control. That's our main dashboard for control. So this is actually, what a customer can get from us. These are the main modules, what we're doing. The observe and control was Jürgen was showing with the line performance. The product change we just did, we changed the different programming. On material, we have features like material locator, where you then, if it's connected to a material logistics systems, you would have all the information of material logistics inside. So where is kind of specific material, you can look at it, you can look at your MSL level. So really everything what you can imagine on a control of a shop floor is possible here. And as you see it, this is live, this is not like an exhibition mock-up. This is how it is. You see it here, it's a web-based system. It's not like a special installation, it's just web-based. And so what we currently do, whatever we bring in the field, is connected to Pulse Pro. And no, not every customer use full functionality, but we come with this kind of different kind of packages. And if you want, we can offer this kind of solutions. Or the other way around, if you have your own material logistics software or whatever, you just need the data. So we do the data communication, and this is not what the customer is using. They have their own system. Fine for us as well.
Yeah. So basically, you're using software as a system, basically, the Pulse Pro. So anytime you do an upgrade to it, everybody benefits.
Yeah, that's also a part of it, because like we have a laser marking system here, well introduced. Get some new AI features like smart way of automatically detect the right light settings and so on. It's innovation in software, and yes, customer having a hardware from us can get a software update, get more features in. Same like on this conveyor systems, we have some new smart ideas of handling certain informations. You have the latest version of the hardware. With the new software, you can do it. It's the added value and the connecting part of our solutions, because it's so much interaction of this thing one. And again, if you think about $1 million investment in a smart line, don't forget about a good conveyor.
Absolutely. Yeah, and a smart system to run it as well. But it's great to see the continuous evolution you've got here.
And it's live.
And it's live.
No exhibition showcase. It's live.
Yeah. 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 Well, very impressive.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, Jürgen, for showing it to us. And we look forward to watching the continuous progress of Pulse Pro.
Thank you for coming, giving us the chance to present, and yeah, happy to see you next time.
Thank you.
Take care.
Ko Young is leading a smart revolution that will change the world of electronics manufacturing. Based on our pioneering True 3D measurement-based inspection technology, we revolutionized the solder paste inspection market to such great lengths that 1 in 2 SPIs sold today is from Ko Young. Building our SPI technology, we expanded to automated optical inspection, also known as AOI. Every year, we introduce new award-winning innovations and have proudly earned the respect from thousands of customers across diverse industries. Aside from our R&D center in Korea, we have research facilities focused on artificial intelligence and deep learning across the world to help us further develop proprietary AI technologies for your challenges. With our global network of sales and service centers, we aim to respond quickly to your needs and to deliver the highest level of customer satisfaction.